Coverage you can count on continues in Richmond County, and an arrest warrant for a man after a situation at a local restaurant. A family says a man who looked like he was a security officer went up to their table with an assault rifle.
News Channel 6's Renetta Dubose picks up the story.
This family turned to social media and now news media in hopes of identifying a man they say rudely and very dangerously interrupted their dinner at Longhorn on New Year's Eve.
We were hungry, nobody was cooking, so we wanted to grab a bite before the new year came in.
Suzetra Walker and her family left church Saturday night and dined in at the Augusta Steakhouse. She says just as they were wrapping up their meals, a man dressed in security officer gear with a gun on his hip told them they had 2 minutes to leave. She says he was agitated about his son, their server, staying later to accommodate them, and told them the restaurant was closing.
We talked about how rude it was, and that apparently upset him.
Minutes later, that man returned to their table carrying another weapon, an assault rifle. Walker says he had his finger on the trigger. Her party of 5 unarmed women and a 5-year-old child sat there in fear.
We thought we were going to get shot. We were terrified because we thought at first that he was a law enforcement officer. There were so many emotions. We had my 5-year-old nephew there. We were trying to figure out how to keep him calm, how to figure out how to keep it from escalating.
The family learned that man, who Richmond County Sheriff's Office identified as Darnell Evans, didn't work for Longhorn. She and her family left.
Longhorn Steakhouse of Augusta. We just had an incident where we had some guests that were harassed by a parent of the restaurant.
A Longhorn staff member called 911. The family shared his photos on social media too, and after the holiday weekend, the family is getting some answers, including his name, but still not sure where he works. The sheriff's office and marshals from Richmond and Columbia County say he does not work for them.
I want this individual, first of all, off the street. If he works for a security company, I don't want him to be able to be in that position anymore. He clearly does not have the temperament for it. I want Darden, the restaurant company, to have us feel like we can walk into one of their restaurants and not be threatened with a weapon.
Walker tells us while her family is shaken up a bit, they do plan on continuing to eat out as a family, but she feels they may need to do it with a man. In Augusta, Renetta Dubose, WJBF, News Channel 6.